friends, here we are, back again with some more Cinderella phenomenon. I'm so excited. We're starting Fritz's path today. Oh, wait, look, we got Karma's little card, little picture right there. Man, Karma's good ending was so good. But it made me want to start Fritz's path so bad because we all know what happens at the end of Karma's route. So I figure, let's get cracking. Alright, here we are, back again at the character selection menu. So we got Waltz, Karma, Rumple, Rod, or I Can Break the Curse on my own. I do not see Fritz on here, so I'm going to guess it's I Can Break the Curse on my own. They offered to help, but that could have been because they felt pressured to. This curse is my problem and my burden. I will break it on my own. Perhaps doing my duties will be considered a good deed if I do them willingly. So if I sweep without the broom having to drag me around the room, I walk up to the broom. I cannot believe I'm about to do this. Oh, back to the beginning of the character development again. The floors aren't that dirty, but I heard a niece once say that there is no such thing as too clean. Do my eyes deceive me? Isn't it the magic? Definitely not. The enchantment I put on the broom hasn't activated yet. So no Mr. Broom? So does that mean the princess is actually... If you are going to stand around, could you not do so in the center of the room? I am sweeping. There's no magic here. This is the most pathetic sweeping I've ever seen. She hasn't swept anything. She's just moved the dirt around the floor. It's in a perfectly even layer all over. Well, she's, trying very hard. That should count. I can hear Delora and Anise talking about me in the corner of the room, but I make a point of ignoring their words. I set the broom back and wait. I do not know what signals the completion of a good deed, but I should know it when I see it. Will there be a flash of light? Will the piece of the slipper appear in my hands or on my necklace? Whatever it is, it should have happened by now. You weren't expecting to have completed one of your deeds through sweeping, were you? Doing what's expected of you doesn't make you good. It just makes you normal. That's still a good thing. This is going to be harder than I expected. I stare in horror at the floor. Gravel and sand are embedded between the floorboards. Here we go, back to the original. The wood beneath my feet is covered in a thick muck. Hey, Mr. Broom. Good to see you again, my friend. Oh, no. Stop! Yes! I never thought I'd see this. The princess is actually sweeping. I'd say it's more like the broom is sweeping and the princess is just along for the ride. Lady Parfait, your orders have arrived. Where should I put them? At the back, please. Thank you. I stare at Garland as he begins to move. You! You are dirtying the floor! Oh, sorry. Garland dashes across the floor with long steps in an attempt to leave as few footprints as possible. This was Delora's doing, wasn't it? Is it obvious? This has witch having fun written all over it. Yes! Woo! I need water. Me too, girl. Cheers! Wow, completely spotless. Yes, Mr. Broom! You are the worst. Oh, it's crying! Don't be mad at the broom, princess. It is only trying to help. I feel like I react the same ways every time. I stan Delora and Mr. Broom, the true romances of this story. It is doing nothing but making my life miserable. Can I do Delora's path? Can I do Mr. Broom's path, please? Lady Parfait, I must speak with you. I look up at the witch that has just entered. She's a regular at the March Inn, and according to Parfait and Delora, a good witch. She orders tea here from time to time. She has mud on her shoes. Why is she glaring at me like that? I believe it's because of your shoes, dear. I have just cleaned the floor. Oh, I am sorry. I will clean up after myself right away. Good. The princess is something else. I've never seen a witch so frightened of someone before. Yeah. The witch hurriedly cleans up the tracks she'd made coming in before going to speak with Parfait. Even though Parfait says that Delora and this witch is good, I do not trust her judgment. Especially not when she considers Delora, who ruined my life, a good person. I put the broom back in its resting place before double-checking my work. Now that I'm done, I can continue work on breaking my curse. Whom should I ask for help today? Again, Waltz, Karma, Rumple, Rod. No, I don't need any help. I bet that's Mr. Fritz right there. No, I do not need any help. I head toward the dining area to get some water. The people sitting in the margin are talking and laughing with one another. Everyone is included. Everyone has someone to talk to. Is this what friendship is meant to look like? You're making a funny face, April. Are you trying to comprehend the wonders of friendship? These people are all so friendly with one another despite their differences. Doesn't it warm your frozen heart? Until you consider that they're doing it only because they want something. All of them want to break their curses. They're all here because they hope to find clues. They come to the margin simply to use other people for their own convenience. Is that goodness? Is that what I am meant to do? There's a difference between using people and them offering to help you, Princess. There's a big, important difference. I don't understand. Didn't think you would. We stan! What you say is true, but it's not the whole truth. Everyone is here to break their curses, sure. Most are here for the camaraderie, too, the understanding. That's why they keep coming back. What do you see, Princess? People talking, eating together, laughing. Don't you see the happiness here? Being cursed is pretty terrible. You'd assume the curse would be constantly sobbing and bemoaning their bad luck, right? But there's none of that here. This is what being surrounded by good, kind people does. It can make a terrible situation bearable. It can make a person feel lighter. But what is goodness then? Why are these people good when I am not? I cannot help but think about the looks they gave me when I arrived. Disdain, contempt, and anger. None of these emotions were good. Being good doesn't require you to be selfless or kind every moment of the day. Sure, these people want to break their curses, but for a time, for a meal, they can put what they want to the side and listen to someone else for a change. That, in and of itself, is selfless. Delora nudges me with her elbow, and that makes them good people. I look down into my mug, my mind swirling with considerations. The instant I look up, Delora has disappeared. A month has passed, and I have yet to complete even one good deed. Not for any lack of trying, though. I have been asking around for advice on how to be a good person and received various answers. What makes someone good? I'd say being selfless. I think it's important that you consider another person's feelings. Patience. The ability to soothe even the most broken of hearts. Forget I asked. Bravery. Loyalty. You must be beautiful, both on the inside and out. Right. Oh. Must I be all of those things in order to be good? According to Parfait, I cannot just pretend. It has to come from my heart. I place my hand on my chest and consider the steady pulse of my heartbeat. That will not be easy. I close my eyes, thinking of all the possible ways I might be able to break my curse, but in the end, my mind is blank. Mother, what am I supposed to do? A dream? Your personal feelings are nothing but a weakness for others to exploit. That is why you do not show them. You only show them that you are strong. Yes, Mother. You must not let false kindness deceive you. People will use niceties to trick you into exploiting your weak emotions. But you can trust me, April. I will never hurt you. I will never lie to you. I am all you need. I love you, April.
I love you too, Mother.
Oh my god. So creepy. My mother's awful. How are those lessons of yours going? I hope you're not giving anyone a difficult time. I am the only one having a difficult time.
Have you tried pairing up with someone?
Pairing up?
Some of the people in the tavern pair up to assist each other. 2 heads are better than 1, they say.
It's not a bad idea, but the problem is with her. Who's gonna volunteer to pair up with the Ice Princess? She has a point. People may not glare at me anymore, but it does not escape me that I am still disliked.
Most of the boarders at the Margin volunteered to help her, remember? And I haven't heard any of them retract their offers.
It's only a matter of time.
Stop it, Delora. It's your choice, Princess. Pairing up is only a suggestion.
Would pairing up with someone really help me break my curse? What if they end up being an annoyance instead?
Princess? Excuse me, Princess? I'm sorry for disturbing you, but you've just been staring at your tray and the customer is waiting for his order.
Of course. Delora has me helping a niece today. The Marchand is unexpectedly busy and they cannot keep up with all the customers. Stop daydreaming, April. Food doesn't deliver itself. I do not need you to tell me that. You'd think I'd be better at reading these words since I've done them, what? This is my 4th time? I stretch out on my bed. The stiff mattress does little to soothe my aching muscles. I was on my feet the entire day, struggling to keep up with the steady stream of people that came into the Marchand. I have never seen the Marchand this busy. I roll onto my stomach and bury my face into my pillow. My arms and leg protest the movement. I refuse to live this type of life much longer. I need to break this curse as soon as possible.
Why don't you pair up with someone?
Pairing up might not be such a bad idea. Here we go! Time to pick my poison. Pick my person. Ah! Ooh, I'm ready. Hey there, Fritz. I'm ready. I'm ready to find out all this stuff about Varg. I know you two are the same person. What's your curse? The Jekyll and Hyde curse? I am in town with Waltz because Parfait needed supplies for her potions, and we were the only ones available to get them for her. I do not know why, but I feel on edge.
Don't worry, Princess. I won't let anything bad happen to you. Though, you wouldn't even have to be here if Lady Parfait hadn't placed so many orders.
I do not understand why she has to get everything today. Surely she could just pick up the rest tomorrow. If she was more patient, I wouldn't have needed to go out at all today for such a bothersome chore.
Lady Parfait's been receiving a lot of orders lately. She needs to keep up with the demand somehow.
Let's make this quick.
Of course.
My eyes wander to the shop right in front of me. This should be the place. How can I help? Oh, it's you. I was about to say that to her. This is the witch who came into the Marchand some time ago with mud on her shoes. Hey! What can I do for you two?
We need all the items on this list, please.
Waltz holds out the list Parfait gave him. The witch surveys the list, then gives it a thoughtful nod. I'll collect these for you right away. It'll only be a few moments. The witch disappears into her back room. I fold my arms as we wait, my thoughts drifting.
We'll be finished before you know it, Princess.
Well, look who it is. Hello again, little girl. And it seems you're here again with your little friend. These are the men that tried to rob me back when I was on the streets! Waltz quickly steps in front of me as if to shield me from the men. Can he even protect me? She cleans up all right, don't she? Almost didn't recognize her old mate. What do you want? Us? We don't want nothing. But we heard there's someone who wants you. And they're willing to pay more money than we could have ever gotten from you. The man reaches out to grab me, but Waltz slaps his hand away. The man's unwashed stench reaches my nose, and I try not to gag. Ew! Gross!
Don't touch her.
Oi, what's this? The witch reappears at the door. The men back off slightly when she appears. I love it when I realize far too late that clearly they're supposed to have British accents. Like oi and like don't she or whatever, something like that. Anyway, I think it's really funny. None of your business. I think it is. These people are my customers. Stay out of this, hag. Hag? I am slightly startled when the witch leans forward and whispers to us. Listen, you both start running, okay? You run as fast as you can and don't stop for anyone. You need to get back to the march-in.
But...
Don't you worry about me. I'll distract them for as long as I can. But you need to run. Go. Hey! Look alive, boys. This one itches. What does that mean? This one itches. Waltz grabs my hand and pulls me with him as we run, not even turning back to look when we hear the shatter of glass. She's a witch. Why would she help us?
Because she is a good witch, princess.
I am sure she is only helping us because she wants to keep us indebted to her. We continue running against the current of people. I manage to keep up with Waltz for a time, but it is not long before my hand slips out of his and I am lost to the crowd. The minute I am separated from Waltz, I stop. Panic begins to well up inside of me. Waltz! I frantically look around at the crowds, trying to find him, but I fail. I need to get back to the march-in. Slowly, it dawns on me that I am in a part of town that I do not recognize. I do not know my way around this area. I knew leaving the march-in was a bad idea. When I see Parfait again, I will give her a piece of my mind. I found her! Ah! I immediately turn on my heels and run as fast as I can. I'm so panicked. I cannot see what is in front of me. I do not notice the man in front of me until I crash into him. I prepare to fall, but the man has braced himself just before I crash into him. It's Fritz! We both somehow manage to remain upright. Excuse me, Princess? This voice. I look up in shock. It's Fritz! It's Fritz! Fritz? It really is you. Princess, How does he remember who I am? There she is! I have no time to think about this now. Who? I grab his arm and pull him with me into a run. Why are we running? Somehow, he is barely out of breath despite how long we have been running. It sends a sliver of irritation through me. I think those men want to sell me. What? I shake my head as I try to tuck him forward again. However, Fritz does not budge. Princess, this is very irritating. We must keep moving. I see her. Oh no. Princess, wait. Fritz is a knight. I trust you can manage these two fools. With one hand behind my back. With a nod and a confident smile, he turns to face the oncoming men. He moves to stand in front of me, effectively shielding me with his body. 1 on 2 on 1. I don't like your chances, boy. We got no business with you. We just want the girl. Run on home. She'll be more trouble than this is worth. You'll have to get through me first. Ha! And how are you going to stop us? With this. Yeah! Fritz brandishes his sword and smiles at them. Ah! Fritz is second only to his father, Sir Alcaster, in his ability with the sword. His skill is obvious just in the way he holds his blade. Sorry about this scream. I hit a wrong button and I hit the Windows button for some reason. Waving around a sword isn't going to scare us away this time. This girl is worth enough gold to sort out any scratches we might get. Any closer, and I'll do more than scratch you. Get him! The fight is over as quickly as it starts. I cannot keep up with Fritz's movements at first, but when I am able to focus on him again, the two men are completely immobilized. One is sprawled on the ground, with Fritz's foot firmly planted on his back. The other is collapsed against the wall of the alleyway, with the tip of Fritz's sword pressed against his neck. You wanted to question them? Fritz is completely unscathed. I turn to look at the man against the wall, thinking he might be more capable of speech this time. Who was going to pay you? Tsk. I'd answer her. Ugh. I watch as Fritz presses a sword against the man's neck, enough to draw a gasp out of him. It was a witch! A witch. Walt insisted the witch we met was good, but this is just further proof that witches will always be inherently wicked. Girl. It was a witch, I swear. We got a note with your picture, then it burned to pieces right before our eyes. Oh my god, I can't even talk today. We got a note with your picture, then it burned to pieces right before our eyes once we read it. What did the note say? Just to get you to the witch in one piece. That payment would come when that happened. How much was the payment? Answer me. 1,000 gold pieces. One whole 1,000. My god, why can't I talk? Ah! 1,000 gold pieces would be enough to feed a family for years. Princess, not just anyone would have that kind of wealth. They would have to be nobility, royalty even. Are witches disguising themselves as members of the aristocracy now? Princess. Of course I can't pronounce normal words, but aristocracy? Bang on! Good job, April. Good job. Yes. What do you want me to do with these two? I look at the men and feel something icy run through my veins. These men were going to abduct me. There is no telling what they would have done to me if they had caught me. Please, don't beg. What would your son say if he heard you? He has a family. That does not matter. Even if I had mentioned my family, it would not have made a difference. Wait. What did you do to her? Do to who? The woman at the shop. What did you do to her? Nothing that can't be fixed. Did you hurt her? When neither of the men answer me, I frown. I do not know why that witch was trying to save me, but she did try. These men cannot get away with doing whatever they wish. Answer me, what did you do to her? Nothing that won't heal. The anger that was nothing but a small flame burns full force in my chest. They do not deserve mercy. Oh my god. Come on. Ah. But I know what the right answer is. But I also know what... but they're setting me up to make the wrong decision, which makes me wonder if it's the right one. And after what happened with Karma, I'm so terrified. Spare them's gotta be the right answer. It's the kind thing, it's the Paragon thing. I'm not gonna be a renegade. Mass Effect reference. They deserve to be punished, but these men were nothing but puppets to some other master. Punishing them is a waste of time. It is an additional burden that I do not care to shoulder. Princess, promise not to come after me ever again. Swear it. I swear my life you'll never see me again. I swear it as well. Let them go. As you wish. As you wish. Okay, farm boy. Fritz and I leave the men behind in the alleyway. I sigh in relief when the scenery around me becomes more familiar. From here I can probably find my way back to the March Inn. Fritz is so unusually quiet that I barely notice him as I become wrapped up in my thoughts. What does a witch want with me? As far as I know, I have never done anything to a witch. Princess? I'm startled when Fritz talks. Yes? You let those men go. I wasn't expecting you to. See? I knew it was the right answer. I knew it. In my brain. I wasn't expecting you to. You showed them mercy when not everyone would have. Mercy? Is that what it was? I think Fritz has more faith in my morality. I did not spare those men to save them. I spared them to avoid the consequences. It was difficult. The most meaningful shows of mercy often are, but... Why is he smiling at me like that? I notice Fritz fidgeting. It is a sure sign that he has something else he wants to say. What is it? Where have you been, Princess? One day you just suddenly disappeared. No one in the palace seems to remember you at all. Why am I the only person who can remember you. Could Fritz be... Are you cursed, Fritz? Fritz looks shocked. Are you talking about the fairy tale curse? Yes. No, of course I'm not. What makes you think that I am? If he is not cursed, how else could he know who I am? Are you a witch or a fairy? Fritz stares at me, as if I have grown another head. I don't understand why you're asking me this, Princess. I'm definitely human. Could it be that he is somehow unaware of the conditions of his curse? I must speak with Delora and Parfait about this. Princess, what is going on? Princess! I need to get to the Marchen as quickly as possible so I can speak to Parfait and Delora about what Fritz's curse might be. Walt is probably looking for me as well. Then abruptly, Fritz puts himself in front of me, blocking my path. What are you doing? I could ask you the same thing. Where are you going? I am returning to the Marchen. The Marchen? It is a tavern for the cursed. I have been living there. Princess, are you saying that you've been cursed? Oh, I forgot I haven't told him yet. Princess, I need answers. Please. I suppose you will not let me leave without an explanation. Not after you suddenly disappeared like that. Very well. Delora and Parfait will have to wait. Ooh, this is new. Fritz is convinced the only place I will be safe is his house, and I am not in the mood to argue with him. I think this is a new song, too. I look around the modest living room. I did not realize that you had lodging outside of your room in the palace. I grew up here. I was older than usual when I started training to be a knight, so I spent a lot of time in this house. He walks over and hands me a mug of tea. The comforting scent of it and the realization that he has made it precisely as I prefer makes something loosen inside of me. Fritz sits opposite me, his eyes bright and focused. Start at the beginning. Please, Princess, I need to know in order to put my mind at ease. One night I was in the palace, and then the next morning I was on the street, dressed in rags. I tell him about no one remembering who I am, about my first encounter with the men that Fritz fought in the alleyway. I tell him how I was saved by those at the Marchen. Yet I say nothing about Delora or Parfait, and I deliberately leave the identities of the Marchen boarders anonymous. I'm not sure why exactly, but I feel suspicion tugging insistently at me. How is it possible for someone to be unaware of their curse? Rumpel has amnesia, and even he knows he is cursed. Fritz says that he is human. I can trust him, right? I close my eyes and will the impending headache away. Maybe Mother was right. Maybe it is impossible to trust anyone, including my knight. And what is your curse, Princess? Can I still trust you, Fritz? Fritz does not even bother trying to mask his shock. There is sadness in his eyes. When have I ever betrayed you, Your Highness? Fritz has been loyal to me ever since he was assigned to me, but every person I've trusted has turned on me apart from Mother. Even my beloved doll betrayed me. How can I be sure that Fritz will not do the same? I swore on my life that I would protect you, Princess. I would never lie to you or do anything that would put you in harm's way. Cinderella. I have to complete 3 good deeds to break it. Cinderella? Are you sure? That fairy tale is about... It's been reversed in my case. Oh, that makes sense. What will you do now? Return to the Marchen. I must break my curse. I can't allow that. Unless I stay at the Marchen with you. What? Why? I have been wondering where you were this whole time, Princess, trying to find you. And now that I've found you, I must resume my duties. I need to protect you, and I want to make sure you are safe by staying with you. You are no longer my knight, Fritz. You work for Emmeline now, don't you? I am not her personal knight. I work in shifts with her other guards, so I'm not expected to stay the whole day. Besides that, I am your knight, and I intend to fulfill that role until you no longer need my services. I failed to protect you from being cursed. Let me protect you this time, Princess. Oh! Be still, my beating heart.
Fritz is very capable. No doubt he will be able to protect me better than anyone else at the Marchen. And who knows how many people received the witch's note. The witch wouldn't even need to enter the Marchen herself so long as she has others there to capture me. No matter where I am not safe. Especially when I have no idea who I can trust. Stay here. Stay with me. I'll be able to be with you. I can keep you safe. It won't be for long. Just until I can get you back into the palace where you belong. And how will you do that? Nobody apart from the cursed, the witches, and the fairies remember that I am the crown princess. I still remember you. You must be cursed as well, Fritz. There is no other explanation. I would think I would remember being cursed, Princess. I would be inclined to agree. Even Rumpel, who'd forgotten everything else, remembered that he'd been cursed. But then, what could Fritz's fairy tale be? Okay, now it's nighttime. I hadn't truly intended on staying with Fritz, but somehow the day passes without me noticing. Before I know it, night has fallen. It's far too late to attempt to return to the Marchen on my own now, even if for some reason Fritz allowed me to leave his house. You can stay in the guest room, Princess. My father returns here at night after his duties for the day are over. I'd almost forgotten. Sir Alcaster Leverton, Fritz's father and the commander of the Order of Caldera. I'll be living with Sir Alcaster. Oh, dear God. This story's gonna be so different. I thought he'd have his own room at the palace, like you do. My father's never stayed the night at the palace, as far as I know. He always comes back to sleep here, no matter how late he leaves the palace. Or how early he has to get up to return there. Dude, I feel ya. Something about sleeping in your own bed. Good evening, Father. Alcaster looks at me, then Fritz. Who is this? The weight of his stare makes me feel like looking away, but I manage to stare back at him coolly. This is April Riella Britton, daughter of King Gennaro Britton III and the crown princess of the kingdom of Angiel. I am not in the mood for games, boy. It's the truth. I told you about her when she disappeared, that she'd been forgotten. Nonsense. She's been forgotten because of the fairy tale curse. Sir Alcaster's eyes are cold and calculating. I do not like the way he is looking at me. What is your fairy tale? I do not want to tell him. Sir Alcaster's gaze grows colder as his question is met by a long stretch of silence. I only relent when I see Fritz about to answer for me. Cinderella. I trust you will be able to break your curse, Princess. Sir Alcaster says nothing more, and I'm surprised when he simply walks away, into a bedroom, and away from us. The door closes behind him, and Fritz and I are left alone. It'll make things easier if he believes us. I saw the look in his eyes. I doubt he believes us. That would be too simple. Man. Oh, look at that! Look at the beautiful painting on the wall! I love this room! Can I move here? Can I live there, please? Sleep does not come easily, even though this bed is significantly more comfortable than the bed at the Marchen. What could Fritz's curse be? I sit up in bed when I hear footsteps outside. I stare at the clock. It is almost 2 in the morning. You are late. My apologies. That is Sir Alcaster's voice, but I do not recognize the other one. Mithros? Come, we have much to discuss. The sound of their footsteps slowly fade and silence descends once more. I suppose being the commander of the Order of Caldera means that he is always busy. But working at this time? Soon enough, my exhaustion coaxed me back into slumber. I close my eyes and let my desire to sleep win over my curiosity. All right. Ooh. It's true. She definitely takes after you-know-who. I heard that rather than speak to people, she only ever speaks to her dolls. I believe that. She seems a little weird in the head. She's so strange. I can't believe she's going to be queen one day. Oh! Good morning, Your Highness. But please excuse us. Oh. Poor baby April. Despite my exhaustion, my sleep is brief with all the thoughts swirling through my mind. When I feel it is late enough, I finally step out of bed and make my way toward the living room. Sir Alcaster and Fritz are both there, but they fall silent at my entry. Sir Alcaster?
Princess?
Are you leaving for the palace?
Yes. Will you be able to get the princess back into the palace? I will inform Mithros of the situation.
Sir Mithros.
But father, Sir Mithros won't. Mithros will work as quickly as possible to resolve this. Gosh, here I am, now, in the lion's den. Fritz is like, I'll keep you safe by giving you exactly to the people who want to hurt you. In the meantime, she'll be safe here, won't she?
I'm standing close enough to Fritz that I notice his body posture stiffen. I see the way he clenches his hands into fists, and the way he squares his shoulders.
Of course she is. I am her knight. Then there is no problem.
You and Sir Alcaster do not seem very close. Fritz sighs. He looks somewhat flushed, though it doesn't seem to be out of any embarrassment.
Princess,
Should I have not said anything?
No, I need to know. I need to know what I'm getting into. These two have caused too much trouble in the past.
I noticed the way he spoke to you, and in the palace I never saw the two of you together.
I didn't think you would notice.
Why? You are my knight. I spend a lot of time with you, so of course I'm aware of how others treat you.
Yes! I'm on a roll. I've got this.
I also know what it is like to be distant from your own family. If you do not wish to speak of such matters, you do not need to.
Thank you, Princess.
Fritz clears his throat before he turns to me. His smile so bright it seems to light up his face.
Would you like to get breakfast? I happen to know where the best baker in all of Angiel sells her croissants.
The thought of croissants makes my mouth water. I'm at the door in seconds. What are you standing around for? I am hungry.
We leave at once then. Aww, I already like him so much.
The shortest route to the bakery from Fritz's house leads us past the palace gates.
Princess, I am sorry. I didn't mean to.
Fritz's voice fades into the background when I notice the royal family eating their breakfast outside. Emmeline sits underneath the shade of a cherry blossom tree, reading aloud from some book in her hands. Rod is smiling as he pours tea for all of them, and Ophelia is looking on with clear love in her eyes for the family that surrounds her. The king laughs at something Emmeline is saying. He looks happier than I've ever seen him before. They are truly happier now that I do not exist with them. Father has never once looked at me the way he is looking at them.
They can't miss what they don't remember. I'm sorry for bringing you here. I should have known it would be difficult.
How could you have known?
You're my charge. It's my job to know.
Exactly how much does he know about me?
Every time I see that, it looks like Godot and Son. I always think of, like, Waiting for Godot. I always wonder if that's, like, a reference.
I realize we have been walking as Fritz talked. The palace gates are well behind us, and the royal family is thankfully out of earshot.
Here we are.
The variety of breads and pastries in the window of the bakery make my heart skip a beat. It has been a long time since I have seen such delicious-looking pastries. Pick anything you want, Princess. Anything? What if I pick you, Fritz?
Whatever you want. I know how much you like your pastries. Maybe I'll finally see you smile.
What?
Go on in, Princess. I'll be right behind you.
Aww! Fritz and I return to his home to eat our pastries. They truly are the best croissants I've ever had. As we come to the end of breakfast, Fritz turns to me, a hesitant expression on his face.
Princess,
yes?
I hate to say this, but I'm expected at the palace today. I'm afraid I have to ask you to stay here on your own.
But the people at the Marchen... I was planning on returning today to explain why I haven't been back.
But it's not safe for you outside.
I understand, but there are people I must see. I will not stay here for much longer.
Can I really not change your mind about staying here?
I know that Fritz can certainly keep me safe, but I cannot shake the feeling that I am safer at the Marchen, even if it means having to stay with the witch that cursed me. When I do not answer, Fritz sighs and shakes his head. Very well. I will ask for a day off so I can personally escort you back to this Marchen. Tomorrow. Sorry. Take me back tomorrow. Tomorrow, then.
Aww. Look at me being so nice.
I spend the day looking around the house. This home is so impersonal. You'd never know two different people live here. Their rooms are so empty. Even I had my dolls in my room. As I walk about the living room, I notice a broom standing forgotten and alone in a corner. I suddenly remember the broom Delora enchanted for me. I do not miss that broom. But this one could definitely use a ribbon.
Yes! Make a new Mr. Broom! Princess?
Fritz, that was fast. I have something for you.
The Delora doll! I found this doll in my room at the palace. She's one of yours, isn't she?
The Delora doll was still in my room, but how...
Shh. Definitely I'm not saying that. That's rude.
She is...
I thought so. Isn't she one of your favorites?
Yes, she was. Until she cursed me. How did she get into your room?
No idea. Perhaps one of the maids left her there, but I thought you'd like it if I brought her back for you.
Aww. After finishing dinner, Fritz excuses himself to run more errands, so I return to my room. Earlier, when Fritz had given her to me, I threw Delora on my bed. Delora. Now I turn to glare at her, and all at once the doll comes alive with a sigh.
Would you believe me if I said I was worried? Yes! I knew it, though. It was so obvious. I honestly thought you were going to act like you didn't recognize me. It made me happy that you said I was your favorite, April. You were my favorite.
You wound me, Princess. What are you doing here?
Turning into a human. Ha! Do you have any idea how worried Parfait was? When Waltz came back alone and told us what happened, well, Parfait and Anise went into hysterics. The boys and Jurian looked like they were going to commit murder. When you didn't come back that night, I had a lot of trouble convincing everyone to stay at the Marchen when they wanted to look for you. Especially Waltz. You have no idea how guilty he felt after losing you like that.
They were looking for me?
Princess, why didn't you come back to the Marchen?
I was going to, but Fritz is... overprotective. I know it's not...
Hush.
Don't hush. I stop myself when I hear footsteps just outside the door.
This is entirely unnecessary. The walls have ears, Sir Alcaster.
The two men walk away, leaving the hallway silent.
That is just another one of Sir Alcaster's late-night errands.
But my words die in my throat when I turn to Delora and see that she's eerily silent, her forehead furrowed.
Because it's Mithros! This presence,
Delora?
is weak, but it's there. I can feel it.
Delora, what are you talking about? Finally, Delora looks at me slowly, as if just now recognizing we are both in the same room.
This is bad. We must return to the Marchen. Now. Chapter 4. Alright, see you guys next time. Oh, I'm so excited to be starting Fritz. He is a real dreamboat, ain't he? Well, thank you guys so much for joining me. Feel free to follow me on the relevant social medias. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.